Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Lorelei.
How are you? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, I know.
Well, better late than never.
It is a Scorpio, everyone, so that's why.
Yes.
Now Sagittarius comes.
Yes, that's for tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes, this year it's for tomorrow.
Yes.
Right, let me just work out where we are here. Aha. Now, it's changed a little. That's better. They've changed the zoom. So can you see me okay on the screen?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, that's good. So, well, back again. Great stuff. So, hi Lorelei and everyone. Yes. Welcome back to the fourth week of the spiritual journey, year 2. Today is the last day of the month of Scorpio 2021. And I hope the internet is better this week. So how are you, Lorelei?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Can you remember what we looked at last time?
Not specifically, no. I know I took some notice, but I don't have the note with me. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, we looked at astrological houses, Capricorn sun sign, yes, your astrology chart, yes, the ascendant, the moon, yes, how they figure in the chart. This week we will look at some birth chart aspects. Okay, symbology, numerology, and the alphabet. First, some aspects of your chart. The midheaven MC. Now, there are plenty of links to this, which will be on the notes. Yes, on the Thinkific Universal Comprehension site. Now, the midheaven symbol. The midheaven is the cusp of the 10th house of the natal chart, and is one of the angles of a chart. It is found at the very top of the chart, and it is the most public point in our chart. It relates to our career or life path and suggests your social standing and reputation. Okay, so the midheaven is one of the 4 angles of the chart. The other 3 are the Imam, Kohli, yes, or the IC, which is directly opposite the midheaven, yes, and the ascendant, the ASC, and the descendant, DSC. So here we are looking at the law of 4. Yes. Just getting a bit of interference here. Right. Now, the midheaven represents our most visible achievements in the eyes of society, our public face, as opposed to our more personal face at the ascendant. Yes, our accomplishments and our overall sense of responsibility and standing in the world, in society. Yes. Now, the midheaven symbol. The midheaven is the cusp of the 10th house and is often represented in its abbreviated form NC. Whereas the ascendant sign could be called your natural skills, base and radiation. The descendant, what you seek in others. In other words, what may be missing in you and attract you to others. while the MC represents your public persona and receives a lot of attention. The IC expresses your most private self. Yes, the IC, the Imum Coeli, is found at the lowest point of your chart. Yes, whilst the midheaven is the highest point of your chart. At this point, I can talk about something else, which is directly associated. When you look at your chart, you have a line, and that is the horizon line, and everything above the horizon is what is outward in you, and everything below the horizon is what is inward. Yes, so in other words, your outward expression and your inner feelings. Yes, your being life and your, well, we would call it your essence life, your elemental life, outward going. Yes, that's two parts of the chart. Now, links for how to read your natal chart, the Imum Coeli ascendant, and well, you've already had your free report, but I will provide all those links on the notes for the site, for the member site. The next thing that we'll look at is the symbology of numbers. Numbers can be represented with symbols. 1 equals a dot or a point, whereas number 2 is a line or a circle. 3 equals a triangle. 4, a square. 5, a pentagon. 6 equals 2 interlocking triangles, the Star of David or the Seal of Solomon, although there is a difference overlapping and interwoven triangles. Yes, now I put a link for that on the notes. So number 7 is a heptagon. Yes, now link for a 7-sided polygon. Yes, which it is. There's also a link for that. Number 8 would be an octagon, and number 9 the enneagram. Yes, and there's a link for that too. Yes, in the notes. So there's also a link for regular 2D polygons in the notes. And when we look at numbers and letters, we can see they all conform to the law of 2, the law of cones and rods. The receptors in the eyes are called cones and rods too. There's a link for the cells in the eye. Now, all our major Roman letters from A to Z and numbers are made up of cones and rods. So simply put, the rod is a line, as we see in the number 1, and in the letter L, the capital letter, yes, which is like 2 rods. The cone is a cup, as we see in the number 2, yes, and the letter B. So 2 comprises of a cup shape and a rod line. So 2 is a cup with a line at the bottom, whilst B is a rod, upward rod, and 2 cups. You may have heard of the expression 1 is 3 and 3 is 1. So one human entity comprises of 3 things. Yes, the physical, the electric, and the magnetic properties. Also, the letter A is made of 3 rods. 1, 2, and 1 in the middle, 3. but it is one letter, so 3 is 1. Similar for B, it's 1 rod and 2 cones, which make 1 letter. And all the letters and the numbers are formed from these rods and cone shapes. The law of 2 in action. So, for communication. So, would you say rods are masculine or feminine in nature?
Masculine.
Yes, masculine. Okay. Have you ever heard of the puppet show Punch and Judy?
Yes, I love the puppet show.
Right. Okay. It's very good for kids as well, but it's been in
grown-ups as well. Yeah.
I think it's been in England for well over 100 years.
Yeah.
So in the puppet show Punch and Judy, Punch holds a rod, whilst Judy holds or cups. Yes, she cups the baby. Yes. So rods and cups again. And so it is with politics.
Oh, it's even worse, but we will talk about this another time.
The one party in power holds the rod, whilst the other tries to protect the public from the rod of power. One asserts and the other defends. Yes. Okay, so to finish today, the 4th lesson, let's look at the card 4 of the tarot, the Emperor.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
A very good card, yeah.
You have these cards, so
you
know what the number 4 is. I want to point out the symbology in the Emperor. At our level, it represents the true man or woman who is full of creational purpose, yes, and possibility. We see the light blue, yes, the light blue at the bottom there, represents the awakened life. Yes, indeed, you will see much light blue in the aura of an awakened individual, male or female, and you can see this. Structure. Yes, the structure here that looks like a crown in 3D on it. In balance are 2 crosses. There's 2 crosses here, representing the physical, the higher and the lower levels of the astral domain. Yes, the stars. Yes, the stars here indicate. Yes, can you see that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the stars indicate the greater and smaller planetary nature of the ethereal domain, again in balance.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a triangle and the sign of eternity too. Yes, the number 8, or is it really an analema? Yes, do you know what an analema is?
I believe I do. Yes.
Huh?
Yes, I believe I do. I read that on the dictionary once. No.
Okay, it's a figure of 8 that that is formed by tracking the sun. Yes, at the same time each day you make a point in the sky, and so it makes an 8. Yes, over a long period. Yes, the analema. There's a link for that. In astronomy, an analema from ancient Greek is a diagram showing the position of the sun in the sky as seen from a fixed location on Earth at the same mean solar time. As that position varies over the course of a year, the diagram will resemble a figure 8. Yes, now the figure 8 we say is the eternal figure 8, and every year there's another 8, if you like, and so that gives us the aspect of immortality. Yes, every year there's another 8. Yes. Similar in the French counting system, there's a change after 79. So we have 4 times 20 equals 80. Then 4 times 20 plus 10 equals 90. Yes, this shows a jump from 7 to 8. And there's no single word for 80. It's 80. Yeah, 2 words. Now that's just me wondering about the French counting system. Has it ever struck you as strange?
Yeah, there are some certain things that are strange. For example, for me, the number 17, I would say that it's a very unlucky number. Like every month, every year, it's something wrong, like happening that day, like a car accident, or someone stole something in my car, or I don't know, always something bad happening. And I would say the numbers 4, 5 are like my lucky numbers, but yeah, just that's
Well,
the stuff. 5 for sure is my lucky number. So.
oh well, it's kind of different for everyone.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So we see the yellow sun here. Yes.
Yeah.
To represent the light of the conscious life. Yes. Whilst the white halo, yes, this white halo here, represents the animated domain. It's a very majestic card, but clothed in humility. Yes.
Yeah.
So as you can see, this card is full of life and comprehension. Its other name is the Great Father, also known as the King of Kings. Yes. And he needs a shave. Yeah. So you can get more information on the Vercel Tarot pack on Vercel Tarot in one word, .com, as you know. Yes. So really that's it for this week. So
okay. Well, happy birthday to all the Sagittarius who will celebrate their holiday this week, and I'll see you all next week.
okay, don't go away. We'll
Sure,
have a chat. Yes, we'll have a chat.
Yeah.
Yes. But that was the meeting for today. Yes.
Yeah.
So let me just right. Cool. That's strange. Very, very strange.
What is strange? You cannot stop recording?
Yeah, it's not the same layout. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye everyone.
Goodbye everyone. All right. Well, take care of yourself.